Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are going to dive straight into the absolute brutal reality of the financial markets and uncover the actual secret to consistent profitability. We're going to break down insights from seasoned market veterans and legendary trading psychology experts to show you exactly what separates the winners from, well, everybody else. But first, we have to start by addressing the massive elephant in the room. 90%. That is the staggering failure rate in trading. 90% of traders lose money, they blow their accounts, and they eventually just walk away. And you might be wondering why. Well, because the vast majority of people are focusing on entirely the wrong things. Seriously, it's rarely a lack of a good strategy. It's almost always a complete lack of psychological control.
All right, part one, the profitability illusion and what success is not.
Let's go ahead and shatter a massive illusion right now. The real sign of profitability is absolutely not about making huge overnight profits. It's not about passing one single prop firm challenge, catching that one lucky break, or forcing some impossibly high win rate. Social media loves to sell you this flashy lifestyle, right? But obsessing over these specific metrics is exactly what keeps that 90% failure rate so incredibly high.
Moving on to part two, the ultimate trading secret, focusing on the behavioral shift.
So if it's not the flashy metrics, and it's not the massive overnight gains, what actually is it? What's the pivot point that transitions a highly emotional amateur into a true professional? The ultimate secret is literally this. You stop needing the market to make you feel good. That's it. You finally stop relying on the market for your dopamine hits, for validation, or for emotional comfort. The market is not your therapist, and it's certainly not a casino. When you strip away that deep emotional need to be right, well, everything completely changes for your bottom line.
Part three, thinking risk before reward. This is a total change in perspective.
This transition away from emotional reliance sparks a massive, fundamental shift in how you operate on a day-to-day basis. Think about it. The beginner mindset looks at a chart and instantly asks, okay, how much can I make on this? But the professional mindset, they look at the exact same chart and ask, how much can I lose? You literally stop obsessing over the potential reward of a setup and start meticulously focusing on risk and survival. Your stop loss isn't an admission of defeat anymore, it's your seatbelt.
And as you mature and really adopt this risk-first mindset, your behaviors change drastically. You naturally start to trade way less. You wait more. You become incredibly, almost obsessively selective. And you finally learn to just ignore the random market noise. Absolute patience becomes your undeniable edge. It's like you realize you don't need to catch every single wave in the ocean. You just need to chill on the beach and wait for the perfect one.
Let's look at part four, the power of being boring. Because the truth is, consistency is actually really unexciting. We need to completely reframe what success looks like. To professional, a losing trade stops being this devastating blow to the ego. Instead, it simply becomes data. It's feedback. It's literally just a standard business expense. Think of it like a restaurant that has to buy inventory. Sometimes a few ingredients might spoil, right? It's the same thing. A professional trader takes calculated, disciplined losses just to operate their business.
To achieve this boring yet highly lucrative state, you have to follow a few steps systematically. Step 1, you have to stop overtrading. Step 2, stop gambling. Step 3, stop forcing setups that honestly just aren't there. And step 4, stop looking for excitement. Seriously, if you want excitement, go ride a roller coaster. If you want to pull consistent capital out of the financial markets, you have to systematically cut out the noise by executing these specific behavioral stops.
Which brings us to part five, execution over prediction. This is all about trusting your system.
The market pays traders who master one single edge deeply, instead of hopelessly switching strategies every single week, looking for some mythical holy grail. You have to internalize this. I don't need to predict perfectly. I only need disciplined execution. The absolute crucial point here is accepting that the market is completely uncertain. It can do anything, literally at any time. Your only job is flawless execution of your proven plan, trusting the mathematical probabilities over a long series of trades.
And mastering that brings you to a hidden level that most traders never ever reach: total emotional neutrality. After a string of wins, there's no euphoria. You don't suddenly think you're an invincible genius. And after losses, there's absolutely no panic. You don't think you're a total failure. You remain entirely neutral, executing like a cold, calculated machine regardless of the outcome of any single trade.
As the legendary trading psychology expert Mark Douglas famously put it,
Consistency is the result of a carefree, objective state of mind. This quote perfectly anchors everything we are analyzing in today's explainer. Your true edge isn't going to be found in a magic indicator. It is found entirely in cultivating this specific state of mind.
So what does that carefree state actually look like in practice? Well, it means operating with absolutely no fear, no desperation, and zero emotional attachment to the money in an active trade. Leaving your desperation at the door is what allows you to focus purely on the process, rather than just nervously staring at your fluctuating profit and loss column all day.
All right, part 6, signs of consistent trading. Let's look at the final checklist.
I want you to ask yourself honestly, do you follow your rules even after taking a string of losses? Have you completely stopped revenge trading? Do you reduce your position size naturally when you're going through a slump? Do you care more about the process than the actual money? Do you wait patiently for those A-plus setups? Do you journal your mistakes honestly? And most importantly, do you just feel calmer while trading? If you can honestly check these boxes, you are finally acting like a professional who controls risk and survives long enough to repeat disciplined behavior.
Because here is the deep truth we all have to face today. The strategy was never the main problem. The trader's behavior was. This is exactly why two different traders can be given the exact same proven strategy, look at the exact same charts, follow the exact same rules, and one will entirely blow their account in a week while the other becomes consistently profitable.
So as you open your charts tomorrow morning, you have to ask yourself a really provocative question. Is your strategy actually the problem, or is it your behavior? Take some time, be brutally honest with your answer, and decide what really needs to change. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and remember, if you master yourself, you'll master the markets.